Hello everyone, and welcome back to Plant Tycoon. We are here in the greenhouse to share a little bit of behind the scenes information about Siri and the channel and all of the little games and everything we play. So let's pop in, we'll see how the little plants are doing. And as you can see, I've been working on breeding something other than my little maples. I've been trying to get some more maple trees, but so far I've not had any luck getting maples that have things on them other than just these flowers. But hopefully we'll get there eventually. I do love these fragrant ferns. They're probably my next favorite, and they sell for a lot, which I appreciate. But everybody is really thirsty for water, so while we water them and harvest the seeds that have come up, and I'm full on seeds. Might have to sell a few of these. Ooh, apparently those guys are worth a lot. If the seed sells for $5, then you know that it's a worthy seed, so maybe I need to be cautious about that. But welcome back. So thank you so much for so many of your questions. There are quite a lot. I've been really surprised, but like I said, I'm one of those people who love the trivia and the behind the scenes sort of stuff. So I don't mind taking the time to share some of that with you guys. Oh, my little fern. So many seeds. And first off, one of the most popular questions, and I don't know why I didn't expect this one, is actually, is my real name Siri? And no, my real name is not Siri. That's actually a nickname that I got, believe it or not, because I was an exceptionally serious person. So the nickname Seriously actually comes not from being sarcastic, because it rolls off the tongue sarcastic, like seriously? You know, like that. But actually the nickname comes from the fact that I was a very, very serious person. I didn't really crack smiles, I had a very dry sense of humor, and I thought that's how I would always be, and yet here I am. Definitely not entirely like that. So that's where the name Siri comes from. As time went on, kind of the rough edges around me faded away, and I learned to laugh and giggle and be silly. And that's why I picked up, that's why I kind of let go of the second half of that. I just went by Siri after that, so I really enjoyed it. But no, my real name is not Siri. That's just my nickname. I am actually named after a plant. So for those of you who are curious about why I may like plants so much, I was named after a plant. And I guess that has just always had a bit of an impact on me. Let's see, I've got extras of these seeds, I think. Or not. Ooh, I don't want to really get rid of these seeds. But yeah, so I won't say my real name, not so much because I'm trying to hide it, but just to make you guys curious. My real name is a plant name. My parents didn't know it was a plant name when they gave it to me. They just thought it was a cool name, which I think is very silly. But I think that being named after a plant sort of had a bit of an influence on me growing up. So that kind of fed my love of plants a little bit. Is just, hey, you're named after something that you really care about. And for those of you who asked, why am I so into plants? I just kind of got into them. It's difficult to describe. I think that plants are amazing. They're living things with so much diversity. I love basically the entire natural world. It just seems to be something that fascinates me and makes me so happy. And plants are kind of a part of that. Let's see. Oop, there's a couple little dead branches on this one. Gotta get everything looking nice before we hit the sales floor after all. Anything over here good? But yeah, so it's kind of difficult to answer why I love plants so much. But I mean, look at these. Even these virtual plants I find fascinating. Look at this fabled orchid. Oh, beautiful. Let's pollinate it so I can get some more of these seeds because they're so pretty, even if they don't sell for much. These fragrant ferns sell for more, but it's not all about the money. It's about doing what you enjoy, which is why I'm doing this. Well, within reason. Oh, and then let's just kind of let this flower come out. There we go. See, you were hidden back there. Well, now you can show yourself off, you beautiful fragrant gladiolus. So let's sit in the nursery and see if anyone will buy our lovely plants for a minute. But yeah, so I love plants. I think I always have. My grandmother was a major flower gardener, but I never really interacted much with that. I didn't really walk through gardens as a child. It took me years to get used to how sweaty and dirty you get when you're gardening, even though my whole house is full of plants now. I think that just that little touch of nature inside of a home brings me a lot of comfort, and I know that being out on hikes and walking, there we go, see our plants are selling. Being out on hikes and going on walks has given me a sense of stability and peace in my life that nothing else really has. And I'm sure there's biological reasons for that. As a scientist, of course, I would say that. You know, getting the endorphins moving and the good effects of vitamin D with the fresh sun and the nice breeze. But yeah, so just, I love plants. I love being outside. Not so much when it's hot, nasty, and humid, but it's just a peaceful experience for me. And it's just any animal and any plant I seem to get very excited about because it's my passion for learning about. So it's actually a harder question to answer than I thought it would be. But all right, well, we're gonna let these guys buy some more of the plants. Now, oh, there we go. Good. And I'll answer some more questions, but just really quickly. So another question was, how old am I? And I am 26 years old. I turned 26 March 26th. For those of you who are watching, in Zoocrafting, I actually did a birthday special and gave myself a birthday hibiscus, which is one of my favorite plants because I'm of Hawaiian descent. I am mixed Hawaiian and German descent. And because apparently a German whaler on a whaling ship of all things, it's kind of weird for me to think how my ancestors used to hunt whales on one side, but you know, you did what you had to do, because now I would like defend them to my dying breath. So you know, life changes through the generations and as we learn new things. But I won't go off on a whaling conversation about those majestic mammals of the ocean. Apparently a German whaler popped by Hawaii, liked the way it looked, and decided not to leave. So he stayed, and then along came me after a few more generations. So I'm mixed Hawaiian and German. And I actually have never been to Hawaii, just so you guys know. I get that question a lot too, like, do you live in Hawaii? Have you been to Hawaii? I've never been to Hawaii because it's very expensive to go there. I actually grew up in Texas, of all places. Oh, and then what state do I live in now? Well, I currently live on the East Coast. I live in North Carolina. I moved here 2 years ago. It was a big adventure, just one of those things that you do when you're in your early 20s and you don't have too many ties, so you figure might as well do something fun. Well, it was actually for a job, so I don't know if you could say fun, but it turned out to be an amazing move. I live in the mountains of North Carolina right now, and it is one of the most beautiful places full of plants that I have ever been to. There we go. Alright, there's enough plants sold, quite a few. Let's get some more seeds planted. I really love... See this? Maybe it's not for everyone, but I'm sure there's some other people out there who would look at peaceful scenes like this and just feel that sense of calm and peace into their lives. And I will say one more thing about plants. I like how honest they are. A plant... They aren't very complicated in a way. They can be finicky, they can be complex, but in the end, usually you can give a plant what it needs. Good soil, good water, and sunlight, and if they have the capability to grow, then they'll do their best to try to do so. So I don't know how to explain it in perfect words, but I've always loved how honest plants are. So let's see, we don't want to move that. Let's plant these over here. So there we go. Alright, and I'm going to let these guys sell and grow, and we'll come back and answer a couple more questions. This one is going to be more of a personal little episode day, I guess, and then another day we will talk about more of the technical details. I will answer some of those questions too. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. And hello everyone, and welcome back. I am still just puttering away in my little greenhouse, getting all the plants watered and taken care of. We've got quite a few interesting new plants popping up too, so I'm pretty excited. Look at this, the beautiful fabled fern. It's really pretty. I actually like it quite a bit. I think I have some of its, yep, I've got some of its seeds. So that means I can cross hybridize it with something. And we have this new fabled grass. I'm really in love with the fabled grass. It's quite pretty, different from my little bonsai trees. I actually sold my last one, so I'll have to get some more going. But on to the questions, and there's just a couple more this time around, but I thought they'd be fun to answer. One of the questions is, what is my favorite video game? And that's actually really hard. Oh, the dragonfly! It's really hard for me to answer a specific favorite video game. I think it's easier to say I love a certain genre. It's kind of obvious what kind of genre I like too. Your world building, plant planting, farming sort of games are what I typically absolutely fall in love with. There we go. Beautiful little fabled fern. We're going to cross-pollinate you with the fabled grass just to see what happens. I'd be surprised if something dramatic happens, but... Alright, let's get your seeds tucked away and then sell you for a little bit more because you're so pretty. You're worth it. And this guy doesn't have very good... See, this is the same plant. Fragrant gladioli, but very small flowers, so we're not going to sell them for much. But yes, so... What would be my favorite video game? I love Sims 2. I love sandboxes, open world sandbox builders. I also love the Harvest Moon and Rune Factory series very deeply. One of my first favorite video games was Harvest Moon 64, and it kind of changed the projection of my life, like the trajectory of my life from there, because I fell so for it that that's how I got into like the online communities with people who also love the game. Oh, another dragonfly. I will catch one of those dragonflies eventually. I need to buy a better net, because the better nets mean that you can catch some of the sneakier bugs, but I need to save money for it. Our little nursery's growing. I did get the greenhouse repaired at least. But yes, so it's kind of obvious that like those sorts of games, the Harvest Moon, Rune Factory, planting games are ones I like. I don't really like straight up farming simulators. For example, just like farm sims that are all about machinery. I like kind of a little bit of the cute and soft factor because it's my way to relax and kind of enjoy the end of a long day. Let's see, what are these? Fragrant gladioli seeds. Oh, there it is again. I'm gonna catch you. I will get it eventually. It's a very wily golden dragonfly. But yes, so and Sims 2 definitely. So if I had to go with only one video game the rest of my life, it would probably be either Sims 2 or Rune Factory Frontier, because those games are I got it, little ladybug. Because those games give me a beautiful, quiet, gorgeous world to immerse myself in that really means a lot to me. It's difficult to describe. It's like being able to have control over something beautiful that gives you reassurance and a sense of calm and peace. So I like those kinds of games. Obviously not really your pew pew die sort of games, like your little shooters and things like that. They're not really my jam, and I'm okay with that. Oh, my seed box is full, dang it. Alright, goodbye seeds, I'm so sorry. At least I get good money for you. We'll wait on selling that one because I'm selling the little weak one first. But yeah, so last question, what is my favorite movie? And I will let you guys know I normally don't actually watch movies or TV. We don't have cable. I've never really been interested. The stories I like are usually much more complex than what is portrayed on TV. I really prefer things that have a little more of a fantasy edge, and I really love the stories that I can build myself in my games because I have so much control over it. There's always that element of the unexpected, but a little bit of the control that I like. However, if I had to pick a movie that I totally love right now, it would be the anime Wolf Children, Ame and Yuki. I love that movie. I saw it for the first time a few months ago. I've seen it several times since then. I have totally fallen for it because it's such it's artistically beautiful, musically beautiful, and it makes me cry every single time I watch it. Even though I've practically got the scenes memorized by now, it still totally tugs at my heart. And oh good, so people like sunflowers. Maybe everyone's in the sunflower mood right now. But if you guys ever have a chance to watch Wolf Children, Ame and Yuki, if you happen to like anime movies, or just, in my opinion, good movies, good animated movies in general, it reminds me a lot of the Miyazaki movies that I grew up with, only with an even more powerful emotional tug. The Miyazaki movies tend to be very global with their emotions. There's an overarching sense of morality in each of those movies. And in Wolf Children, Ame and Yuki, what I fell in love with was that it had a bit of the fantasy, but it also had a lot of the reality of what it takes to raise a family, what it takes to work hard, what it takes to really push yourself outside of your oh, there goes my lovely little fable plant. What it takes to push yourself outside of what you thought you could expect of yourself to take care of the people that you love, to really sincerely take care of the people that you love, and also to grow as a person out of doing what you can for those you love. So And whenever I get discouraged, or especially at my age, at 26, in my early mid-20s, I'm still learning how to have the kind of skills that I need to take care of the people I love in my life. And that's very terrifying sometimes. And every time I watch that movie, I love seeing the mother's love for her children and her mate portrayed. And I draw strength from that because I see how hard she pushed herself, and I see how in the end it all worked out for her, and I hope that one day it'll all work out for me too. So that's a wonderful movie, and I highly recommend it. And it looks like our little plants are selling wonderfully. So this was more of a personal little day, but the next day we have will be more technical. We'll touch on some of the things about the channel and some more of the details about the different series and what series are going to come up. So thank you so much, everyone. Please feel free to ask more questions. If I didn't answer a question that you've already asked, I do have a list of them. Just are going to be nice and casual about this. Just do them over a series of days. So I hope you enjoy, relax, and if you happen to really particularly like any of these flowers, let me know. Apparently I'm selling that sunflower for too much, so sorry, little Blaze. You know what, 16 is probably fair for you. I'm going to get some more of our seeds planted, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.